Hello, I'm Robin Pauc. I'm the director of the Tinsley House Clinic.
Hi Robin, thanks for joining us again today. I want to talk to you in this session about obsessions and routines and really why it is that some children constantly want to know what is happening next.
Okay, right, very good question. Now, what we have to do first of all is understand some of the fundamentals about how the brain works. So if we take a look at the brain again, and if we split it in half, now in most people, the left side of the brain is the one that does all the clever stuff. So all the sort of maths, whatever you're doing that involves using your brain, theory of music, anything like that, left brain. The right side of the brain is called the approach withdrawal side. And I hate to use this word, but it's been classed as being a little bit more primitive than the left side, because the left side does all the clever stuff. Now, the right side of the brain has to approach withdrawal, and what we've found with research is that it's generally the right side of the brain, 97% cases, it's the right side of the brain where problems are going to come from, regardless of whether it's dyslexia, dyspraxia, attention deficit, whatever. It's going to be a right brain problem. Now, if the right side of the brain is under functioning, what it doesn't want to do is be challenged. So the right side of the brain has to deal with everything that's new. So when you walk into a room for the first time, you scan the room with the right side of your brain, looking basically, am I safe? Am I okay here? So you'll scan the room very quickly. You'll look at any people in the room to see if they're safe. Are they what you expect to see? If they are, then the left side of the brain takes over, and then the left side of the brain will look at details, exactly what you look like and the colour of your hair, etc. Right. Go back to the right side of the brain. The right side of the brain is under functioning. It's not doing as well as it should do. So what it's going to do is try to avoid new situations so that the left side of the brain can take over and deal with things. Now, this is why children love routine. They want to know what's happening next. They want to be basically in control of their life. And that's why kids do far, far better when they're in a structured environment, when they're in school as opposed to the long summer holidays. On a school day, they know when they've got to get up, they know when they've got to get washed, dressed, breakfast, in the car, off to school, whatever. They know what's going to happen through the day in school. That's great, because the left side of the brain could deal with it. Once they're faced with a challenge, something new, the right side of the brain's got to deal with it, then we've got a problem. And we're all a bit like it, because what we tend to do is we all tend to use, say for instance, the same route to go to work, because we know then where the traffic lights are, where the roundabouts are. There's not going to be any sort of challenge to us. We can just drive to work almost on autopilot. Now the other thing that happens is that a lot of kids, if this little bit of the brain here isn't working, they will then tend to become obsessive about things. Now, initially that's not a problem, because most kids will become obsessed with something or the other, dinosaurs or whatever. And a lot of manufacturers play on this. They will produce cards so that kids have to collect so many cards in the series, or magazines where they have to get this one, that one, so they've got the complete series. Now, that is normal child development. If it persists, then we have a problem. But as long as we know where in the brain that problem's coming from, it then becomes amenable to treatment. Again, as I've said with other conditions we've talked about, the younger we find out that there is a problem, the better the chances there are of sorting it out. The brain between puberty and 16, that sort of period, will double the number of connections within the brain. Between 16, 19, they get pruned back. What you want to do, if you can, is to sort out any problems that you have pre-puberty, when the brain is still growing, rapidly developing, but not going through this dramatic change that you're going to get post-puberty. Hope that answers the question.